Hey, my lovelies, I hope you're all safe and well. It's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this week's Facebook card reveals for you all. So, if you were drawn to card number 1, we're going into the energies of the Seven of Pentacles. Now, Seven of Pentacles is actually quite a positive card when it shows. It's almost like everything's coming good. Everything's coming together from a financial space. It comes in a lot when people are really being quite self-motivated or quite self-sufficient. It could be that some of you own or run your own businesses, and maybe those are starting to gear shift up a little bit into a bit more of a positive space. It comes in a lot when people are maybe taking that step to become self-employed in something. So maybe there's some sort of ideas or some sort of talk or becoming freelance or just changing a job in general. But this is really positive, and it's almost like everything is starting to come good. You can start to see results. You can start to see how things are materializing around you. But I think it's also important to remember with this card that even though things are improving and things are getting better, there is still commitment, there's still dedication needed. So I love the sort of interpretation of this card with it being sort of like a bake house, and she's sort of baking these loaves of bread with the pentacles on, but there's still sort of more work involved. There's still sort of some maintenance that's required. She can't sort of let go of her duty of care, otherwise she's in danger of burning the loaves of bread that are being created. So it is about being cautious, it is about being careful about stuff, but it is also celebrating and recognizing what's being achieved. So it's sort of like a real time to sort of roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty, get involved. The efforts that you put in, essentially, you're going to be rewarded with, and you're going to get back out. And I just think this is great. Oh, sorry if you can hear, there's a plane going past at the moment. I don't know if you can hear that. Apologies, it's quite loud. So yeah, so this is really cool. So basically, money, abundance, wealth is all becoming accessible. If there have been sort of changes around sort of career choice, jobs, or how to just make those jobs you're doing serve and work better for you, this is all coming in, this is all coming good. So this is an exciting time, actually. It's a prosperous time. So get out there, enjoy it, make it happen. Now then, as we're moving into card number 2, we're going into the energy of the sun. The sun is a really positive card when it shows. It's a really happy card. And I think so many people are willing and wishing and just needing the energy of the sun to come back into the world, to feel alive, to feel a bit more hopeful. Now, when the sun shows, it's often about light coming into our world after darkness, after restrictions. Obviously, the physical sun, it breathes new life into everything around us. You know, nothing can exist or survive without the magic of the sun. So the sun is always seen as a positive time. It's a real time of hope. It's a real time of new beginnings. It's a real time of welcoming light back into the world. Obviously, we're going through that change of cycles at the moment. So we're shortly going to be heading into March, and obviously this is going to be a great time to welcome in spring, and it's that beginning sort of you know, time when new life is forming, new life is sort of growing. Everything's coming into a space of quite exciting rebirth almost. So that's really what this sun card is sort of suggesting and saying. So if you feel like you've been really sluggish, if you've been really ill, if you've been really run down, if you've just felt like it's been same shit, different day, then hold on, because change is coming, transformation is about to happen, better times, lighter times. And I just think, you know, when we open up the curtains and we're welcomed in with those beautiful sun rays, we always tend to feel a bit brighter, we always tend to feel a bit more happier than if we're opening up the curtains and we're seeing like miserable rain or some of the other weather conditions that we've been having. So I do feel that this is about light coming and returning back into our world, and it's about allowing our own mental mind to become a bit more lighter, a bit more brighter, a bit more positive if you've just felt a bit stuck or a bit low or a bit run down of energy. Sometimes with the sun, it represents innocence as well. So it could be that some of you are really connecting with animals or children around you, and it's that sort of innocent way they see the world. Maybe some of you are really harnessing and are connecting with that a little bit as well on some level. So there could be some of that going on, which is nice as well if you're involved in any of that stuff. So fabulous. But it's also a great time for you as an independent person to turn your own light up, to shine a little bit brighter, to be a bit more fabulous within the world, really. But the sun is happy, so great times are coming in. So if you felt like it's been hard going, if you've been struggling mentally, you know, change for the better is definitely on the horizon. And finally, as we're moving into card number 3, we're going into the energies of the Hermit. Now, the Hermit's an interesting card when it shows. Often this is feeling sort of wise beyond our years, and sometimes that can make us feel a little bit uncomfortable because we don't always know where we fit, where we sit fully within the world. So sometimes the Hermit can feel a little bit lost or a little bit of an outsider. Sometimes with the Hermit energy, we can feel very much like we're sort of on the edge of a circle looking in, but we don't necessarily feel like we really belong. We don't necessarily feel like we're truly welcome or valued. The Hermit's a very solitary kind of creature, and very often the most important magic they possess is that of their own. I always find with the Hermit card, it's one of those times where often when we're around people, we're craving solitude, we're craving that need to just be on our own. And sometimes when we're on our own, we're thinking, oh, it'd be quite nice to see a few people. It's a real struggle to get the balance right. But also the Hermit card is about slowing down, it's being patient, it's taking your time with things, it's looking at sort of ideas and energies around you in a very measured way. So don't make any hasty choices or decisions that you might later regret. If there are sort of you know, things that you've got to put your attention to, just process, just really take your time to look at those things a little bit deeper before you make a commitment either way. So this is sometimes stepping back, it's being patient, and it's just evaluating, it's looking at things. If you're someone that's been really overdoing it or working yourself into the ground, the Hermit often shows when sometimes we need a bit of rest, a bit of recharge, and a bit of TLC. So maybe some of you will find that that is required as well. And if you're needing to invest in a bit of self-love and a bit of self-care, do it, do it, do it. So I hope you can make sense of this card if you've been drawn to number 3. So I really like this this deck. It's a really cool one. So going to leave these cards with you. Stay well, stay safe, stay fabulous. Just a quick reminder that this Saturday I will be over at the Wincanton Fair, Spiritual Fair, at the War Memorial Hall sort of place, and it's running from 10 o'clock until 4 o'clock. I am now fully booked for readings, so thank you so much if you've booked a space. If you haven't, just be aware that I'm fully booked. So obviously if you're coming along to see me, unfortunately, you won't be able to sort of see me at that one because I'm now full. But there are some other amazing, fabulous readers. So obviously still come along, still get involved, support local if you are local, because it's a really good event, and it'd be great to see some of you lovelies there. So have a cool one, look after yourselves, and I will see you all either on Zoom or throughout the week or out in Wincanton or on a tour date very soon. Much love. Bye for now.